Welcome back aboard Blurred Force One with your boys Mo and Lottie. And this is the Supercast. The Supercast where we talk about all things superhero on our pop culture media. That's movies, TV shows, video games. We talk about the news, do some speculation, all of that good nerdy stuff. And before we get into the podcast this week, get down there, hit like on this video. If you're on YouTube, if you're listening to us on a podcasting platform, do us a favor, give us a review. 5 stars will be the best, but whatever you think we deserve. And we appreciate you for joining us today. And we are in the post writers strike era right now. Things are ramping back up a little bit, but the actors are still trying to get their deal, and we're going to talk about that a little bit more later on in the news. Before we do that, let's say what's up to my good friend Lottie. Lottie, how you doing today, sir? And what you been up to that's nerdy?
I'm back to I'm back to doing animations after taking a 2-month break, to the surprise of like my fans who are actually like, thank God. I actually got that as a message when I put that I put on like Instagram that I'm back to making animations. One of my fans messaged me and said about time. I was like, I didn't know y'all missed me. Shit.
It's like you said, like Timberland. It's been a long time. I shouldn't have left you. But yeah, so you back to the animation? Any gaming? Any? I know you've been. We watched the two of us. We both watched Gen V. We got that review that's up on the channel. But other than that, are you still gaming?
Yeah, I'm still gaming. I'm about to start playing Resident Evil 4 again, so I
Nice.
could finish that up before Spider-Man comes out, because I'm probably not gonna play another game until I 100% Spider-Man, which is
Oh man,
the way it goes.
and we're going to talk about that in the news today. So yeah, that's I guess for me, I've been doing a ton nerdy. Watching my regular shows as usual, doing work on the channel, but just mostly I've been trying to get my outside garden together. I know that's not nerdy, but I've got a side yard garden and it needs work. So I've been doing actual physical labor. I know, weird. Nerds don't do that, right? But yeah, just been looking forward to Loki, which drops this week. Looking forward to Gen V, which dropped last week. And it's a good time to be a comic book nerd, to be loving superheroes in pop culture media. So anyway, again, Supercast, we're going to talk about the news this week. Just some things we saw that came up in the news about superhero stuff. So this week, we're going to talk about a strike update. What's going on with the one strike that's still going on between the actors and the AMPTP. In more labor-related stuff, Disney Pictures VFX workers, they had a significant vote, and it means something very, very serious for the industry. I think this is another domino falling. My Adventures with Superman apparently kicked ass in the ratings. What does that mean for the next season, and maybe for DC animation going forward? The Marvels gets another title in order to play in China. We're gonna ask Lottie what his anticipation level is for Spider-Man 2 for the PlayStation 5, and Loki, the Loki show. Its poster was a very special bit of art, and we're gonna again turn to Lottie and see what he thinks about the poster. A rumor about Taylor Swift and Deadpool 3. And then we're going to talk about, we're going to go under the gun, talk about James Gunn and his comments on the DC universe and what's going on with Peacemaker. So, Lottie, plenty of stuff to talk about, man. You ready to get into it?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right, let's do this. So, let's talk about some labor stuff. I know you guys have just been loving all of this unsuperhero related insider business stuff, talking about the strikes and everything. But you know what? This is related. Like it matters, because the WGA, yeah, they made a big deal. They made a deal, and it has to be ratified with the AMPTP. But the SAG-AFTRA is still out there working the picket lines. But the good news is, Lottie, they're at the negotiating table. And I might add, they got to it a lot faster than the writers were able to, because the writers were on strike for like 158, almost
Hmm.
160 days. And I think the actors, I think they went on strike like 6 weeks afterwards, so it was still a long time. But uh, they are back. They're at the negotiating table and they're working on it. I think they met today also. So any day now, maybe we'll see a deal. So Lottie, um, I guess two things. One, uh, do you think they can reach a deal? And actually, do you think that, like the writers, they're gonna get pretty much what they want?
I mean, we'll see, man. I mean, it took. They need VFX artists. We can't pretend like they don't need them. I
I'm
mean, I
sorry.
hope
No,
so.
we're talking about the actors. Not
Oh,
the
the actors. Oh, the actors. Yeah, the actors should be able to easily get that. The actors. I mean, you need actors, especially maybe not because here's the thing: they could always use CGI and AI to put up background or more smaller role actors. I hope not. But it's just like I mean, yeah, because it's kind of astounding of the shows that I've watched and the amount of money some people were making off of that show. Like, what was that show? That really big show, uh, uh Rings of Power. Do you
right.
know the main actress of that show made peanuts?
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. I know that.
That is ridiculous. I was shocked. I said, "What? There's no damn way." But yeah, she made no money. Now that the show making billions of dollars and you only gonna pay that woman? Nah, E- that's messed up. I hope, I really, really hope that these people start getting the pay that they're actually owed. We'll see though.
Well, I think the WGA, like I said, I don't think their deal was perfect, but I think that they got pretty much everything that they wanted, and it was kind of a W for them. I think the only thing is I think that they've left open an avenue for AI. That the avenue is a little too wide for that AI, but other than that, they got mostly what they wanted, and I think it's pretty true that the AMPTP were doing a lot of bluffing. Like they were like, oh, this is our offer, and we'll just starve them out, and all these things, and they made the mistake of going against actors and writers in the era of social media. But also, just like the truth is that they can't make money if they can't make movies, and if they can't make movies and TV, they can't make money. I mean, I guess they could rerun stuff, but that's not really where the money's going to be. So I think that they're facing a deadline before their revenue streams really kind of dry up, in the next 6 or 8 months. So they really got to get the actors back to the table. I think they're going to get mostly what they want. I wonder, are they going to leave a wide lane for AI, to to more or less be in? I hope that they're smarter than the writers about it. I'm hoping. So, because I like you, I don't want to see AI populating backgrounds and shit like that, and I don't want to see them stealing the likeness, because that's what it is, stealing the likeness of people with coercive contracts. So I'm hoping that they'll figure that out. Lottie, staying on labor related things, um, Disney Pictures VFX workers, and all 13 of them voted, just like their Marvel counterparts, to join the IATSE union. So they, as of I guess today or yesterday, they are now union VFX workers. So now we have two VFX houses in Hollywood that have unionized. And now, granted, they're small VFX houses that are at a major corporation. So maybe they had it a little easier than, say, someone working at a small VFX shop. But Lottie, I mean, come on, this got to be a positive sign for the industry, right?
I mean, Mickey, gotta pay. You gotta pay, Mickey. I know. Your money bags. You don't want to pay nobody. You probably pissed off that this is happening. These motherfuckers ain't them popular, damn it. I'm the one who made these motherfuckers popular, and they want to make money off of me, motherfuckers.
Like,
Mickey, you gotta pay, Mickey. I know, but you gotta pay. I
or even
I'm
more to the
happy for this.
more to the point, you can't be having them working, 16, 17-hour days. They're gonna get protection. That's what I'm trying to see here. I'm I'm all for getting my superhero stuff, but never at the expense of other people's, livelihoods and their health or whatever. And I think, man, it's a good sign. My union loving heart is just like it's grown 3 sizes big. Thanks to seeing stuff like this. I really do hope they're the first two dominoes in like a cascade across the VFX industry, because man, when you talk about an industry that needs it really needs to be reformed, and not just reformed in terms of the executives and how they structure their business, but also the employees and how they think about themselves as a member of of a production house, that they aren't just a replaceable cog, but that they are in fact useful and valuable. They should value themselves, and by doing so, they should join up and protect themselves from basically the predatory practices of the executives. So yeah, let's go, Disney VFX workers. You guys did that thing, and can't wait to see more like you take up that banner. So Lottie, you and I, we watched My Adventures with Superman. Like when we went into it, and I'm gonna ask you straight up, when you went into it, what did you have much? Did you expect much out of it? What were you thinking before you first watched it?
I thought, just honestly, at best, it will be something to pass the time. That was my expectations. It'll be like, oh, that's cool. You know what I mean? Like, that was my absolute best that I thought it would be. I did not expect it to end up the way that it ended. Like, that show really shattered my expectations. And I'm not saying, and I don't sugarcoat how I feel about a show. That show really did shatter my expectations.
Yeah, I will say I was I was prepared to be disappointed, but I had high hopes for the show. I was like, this looks like it could be cool. I mean, yeah, an anime take on Superman. I mean, My Adventures with Superman, it had potential. And we are kind of in a bit of a DC drought. I was like, this might be good. And just seeing like the trailer, I was like, oh wait a minute, this is gonna be like a more positive and like a lot more more Boy Scout and less broody. I was like, cool. I mean, I'm good. And it turned out, you can watch our reviews. Turned out to be actually a really great show. Really kind of encapsulated, in my opinion, encapsulated what's so great about Clark Kent, the Superman mythos, and Jimmy Olsen and Lois Lane, all of that stuff. Really, and I'm really anticipating season 2, whenever the hell we're gonna get that. Well, it seems, Lottie, we aren't the only ones. Apparently, despite all of the nerd bullshit on social media, which, by the way, social media is not the real world. I want to remind people, it's because you see a ton of people shitting on something on social media that's not the real world. So keep that in mind. Because apparently, it was a really good ratings. I think they said it was the number one news show, number one ranked news show for on Cartoon Network, and had really good ratings in all the demographics that seem to matter to advertisers, which is 18 to 49-year-old and 18 to 49-year-old people in general, and 18 to 49-year-old males. Just did really, really well, and of course it's been renewed for a season 2. Lottie, I mean, is this a surprise to you at all? Like, remember, I know you get on social media and everything, and you see, what people have to say about My Adventure with Superman on social media, but this a surprise to you that in the actual real world, where people like really watch things, it actually did really well?
No, it does not surprise me. And the reason why I say it doesn't surprise me is because people love Superman. And another thing people love? Anime. And to see Superman get the anime treatment, I feel like it's something that I feel that more and more people who are I'm gonna just who I'm just to be honest, the people who started watching the Dark Knight series and then went on to Man of Steel and everything. They think everything has to be dark, broody, and just depressing. That no, sometimes you can have up and coming stories that are just that can lift your spirits. It's one of the things that I told you. That part where they were all screaming his name and he got up and whatever that dude's name was, Ivo, he beat Ivo. That gave me goosebumps because my one of my favorite things in anything in animation stories is is watching a up and coming story and watching the main character off after all his training, after all of he's done, to see him finally get his credit and to see the people that at first didn't like him now are cheering for him. I love that, and I'm happy to see that people, the people who love the Superman animated story, are still the Superman animated series are still the vast majority of Superman fans out there. Instead of the Snyder stuff, I want to see Superman almost kill himself and punch a planet.
Yeah, I mean, I think that this just goes to show, first of all, that it's a different medium than the Snyder movies, and so trying to translate that over, or to put your expectations of the DCEU or the Snyderverse onto what's clearly has a different tone. It's aiming at a different place. It's coming from a different place in terms of its ethos. I mean, obviously, My Adventures with Superman, it's not going to cater to those guys. But if you are just a casual, if you're a filthy casual and you just want to see a Superman movie or show that features a Superman you recognize, it's definitely a thing for you, I think. So
Hmm.
I think it's really cool, and I suspect that we were right about being fans of it, but like sometimes it's good to just see people so co-sign with you. You know what I'm saying? So
Hmm.
the good job, My Adventure with Superman. Can't wait for season 2, and we will let you guys know all about that as soon as we get some more information. Uh, so going over to Marvel, which uh, God, they're about to have a few months of like just really doing a lot of shit. I noticed. So we got Loki this week, but next month, on the heels of Loki after it finishes, I think, or as it's finishing, the Marvels, aka the sequel to Captain Marvel, will be releasing worldwide. And surprise, it's actually going to release in China, which like some in the last few years, not too many of the Marvel movies have gotten to be in China for various reasons, but it's going to be released in China. But Lottie, guess what it's going to be called in China? It's it's going to be called what probably it should have been called here in America or elsewhere. It's going to be called Captain Marvel 2, uh, which, I mean, Lottie, I have a couple ideas about why they're doing this in China specifically, but they're literally just like, oh, it's Captain Marvel 2. Why do you think they're going with that? Do you think they should have?
China's like, you cannot fool me. That is Captain Marvel 2. Change the name.
But that, oh my God, we're gonna get canceled. We're gonna get canceled with your...
But on the real, I maybe China's like, you know, for faulty marketing, or maybe China was already saying that the movie was Captain Marvel 2, and they're like, no, you can't just change it. You know what I mean? It probably was like already in China's marketing to market it as Captain Marvel 2, and like we all know they changed that title to the Marvels, and China's like, no, you can't do that. You know, that is probably the main reason why.
Well, I mean, I think for marketing's sake, hell yeah, this is a smart thing to do. I mean, it should have just been called Captain Marvel 2 here anyway. I know it's not just about Captain Marvel. It's about the other, it's about Monica and Kamala also. But the truth is that people know who the hell Captain Marvel is.
Yeah.
Monica and Kamala, not so much.
No.
And so this is, I think, saying Captain Marvel 2 is an acceptance of the fact that Disney Plus stuff is nice, but it's not essential, right? So a lot of people are going to be introduced to them in this movie. Why not put, Captain Marvel front and center? Especially because, Brie Larson is kind of she's a known quantity. The first movie made in China made $115 million. And that's way more than any recent Marvel movie has made. And actually, I had a little statistic. Do you know that Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania made $39 million in China, and Wakanda Forever made only 15 in China? And so I'll just, what, I don't believe in saying and intimating or implying or anything. I'll just say shit straight out. Chinese people don't care much for black people.
Yeah,
let's just keep it real. The Black Panther apparently did all right. Did fine over there, I guess. But there's a reality. So that's what I was gonna swing back around to. And y'all can say whatever the fuck you want to me about always talking about race or whatever. But they ain't Wakanda Forever did worse than Ant-Man. You're gonna tell me that Ant-Man's a better movie in the eyes of Chinese people? Well, get what reason? Give me a good reason for it. I'll wait. Tell me what's the good reason for it. But because traditionally, movies with black leads or majority black casts don't do that well in China. So give me a good reason why I'm wrong about that. So, and in this case, we got two brown people, not just one, two brown people who are the co-leads of this movie. And I bet you they're going to lead with Brie Larson being the front, the main face of this in China. So, the marketing people, they gotta work with what it would be nice if there wasn't that element in there, but they have to work with what they got. And so, to that point, and I'm like, all right, we'll do what you got to do. And we'll see if it pans out. I suspect, though, Captain Marvel 2 is not going to do anywhere near what Captain Marvel 1 did in China. I mean, if it gets 40, 50 million, they should call that a win and go on home. But I don't know. We're going to see if this movie's good. Maybe it can do that in China. So yes, I pulled the race card, but it seems appropriate. So fucking, what it is, what it is. Either way, it'll be coming out next month. We'll let you guys know how it does in China and what we think about it. So Lottie, I'm a big fan of of the Spider-Man video game for PlayStation 4. I played it like a year or 2 years after it came out. I thought it was really good, and apparently plenty of other people did too. So much so that they made Miles Morales, which was, I'm assuming a good game. I haven't played it yet. And now the long anticipated, or I'm thinking long anticipated, Marvel Spider-Man 2 from Insomniac is nearing release in a couple weeks. And since you're the resident video game expert and big time gamer, I thought I'd ask you about, you've seen all of the trailers and gameplay footage and all the talk about it, and I wanted to know what's your anticipation level for this game. How do you think this is gonna play out, and what kind of sales? How well do you think it's gonna do sales wise?
This game is gonna sell like a lot. 10 million minimum. 10 million minimum. This game is going to break records. I don't think it's going to be the highest.
Wait, it's going to sell 10 million even with Spider-Man and also the other guy that's not allowed to call himself Spider-Man because reasons?
It's going to sell. People are hyped for this game. It's going to sell. It's going to sell 10 million. It's like how God of War sold like 11 million in the first 3 months of its release. Like, it's going to sell crazy numbers. People have been waiting for this game since the PS5 was announced, and then they got a little bit of a teaser with Miles Morales, which didn't sell as well. Miles Morales made about 6 million, which is still good. You know what I mean? 6 million for a not full game is still selling well. This game is going to like sell well, and I am very excited. Insomniac is, some people, I don't give a damn what you say. Everybody will be like, "Oh, Naughty Dog, fuck Naughty Dog," because right now they're kind of pissing me off with the way they're like trying to fix a game that is not worth making. Insomniac is the king of Sony. They are the reason why Sony, them and the Santa Monica Studios are one of the main reasons why Sony is making as much money as it is. Like, literally after this, they have a Wolverine game coming out.
Oh yeah.
Like, they are pumping out games like it's no man's business. I cannot wait to play this Spider-Man game. There's so much in it. There's Spider-Man, there's Peter, there's Miles Morales, there's Kraven, and then there's Venom. Just like, and then there's the damn Lizard. I'm just like, I can't keep up. I can't wait to play this game. There's a lot of storylines there because Black Suit Spider-Man's in this game. It's just this game's gonna. I'm telling you, this is probably going to be the most profitable superhero thing ever created. Like, when it comes to like video games, movie / TV show, it will make more profit, even more than Endgame. Like, Sony will make more profit off of this game than Endgame will. Bank it. It's going to sell at least 10 million. At least 10.
So that's $700 million after. I don't. Well, I mean, that's a lot of freaking money. I wonder. Well, I want to ask about the controversial stuff, which I don't understand why this is controversial. What the hell is with nerds having a problem with Miles Morales calling himself Spider-Man?
And just ignore those people, man.
I'm looking at this and I'm like, why are you dying on this hill? This is stupid. He's clearly Spider-Man. Like,
what I don't understand is about people saying that. Why are they okay with Miguel O'Hara calling himself Spider-Man? Like, that's the thing that, like, I remember I was listening to one guy on a live stream talk about it, and then I literally, like, ended his argument, and I said, where's the smoke for Miguel O'Hara, or, what's the dude, Spider-Man's clone? Where's the smoke for those guys? And he was like, well, yeah. I'm like, no, you're just trying to you're just trying, because he was a black dude, and I was just like, you're just trying to seem like you're the cool black dude to grift to these what's it called, to the MAGA people. Like, literally, what is the difference between Miles Morales and Miguel O'Hara that all of y'all who like love so much? There's literally no difference. Miguel O'Hara is actually, if you really want to think about it, he's worse because he purposely is trying to be Spider-Man. Miles was accidentally became Spider-Man. Miguel O'Hara experimented on his body. If there's anybody that you should have smoke for, it's Miguel O'Hara, because he is trying to copy Peter Parker. He's literally is idolizing and copying him. But no one, they just worship him. It's just the dumbest thing ever.
Well, you know why.
Yeah, I know. That's why I said it's because people just have this unnatural hate for this black character that it's just like, and then they try to like do all this stuff trying to prove that the comic books and all that stuff, and I'm just like, they're like, look how bad the comic books sold, and I'm like, comic books are not selling well anyways either. Like, come on, man, it's just, that's nothing new. But his video game sold well. They're like, those are the normies. Okay. It's just like, okay.
There's always an excuse for racism, apparently. Like, let me figure out a way to make this let me figure out a way to say that black dude doesn't belong there without saying the black dude doesn't belong there. I don't know. I know they're stupid. But it looks good. I can't wait to play this in 5 years. When a PlayStation 5 comes down to a reasonable price. I'll get it when the PlayStation 6 is about to come out. So, or I'll come over your place. I'm just gonna come over your place and play video games like it's 1997. So anyway, Ed, we're looking forward to that. We're gonna get Lottie's take on that when the game comes out. Lottie, I need another one of your opinions. The poster for Loki, which comes out on Thursday. The poster for Loki was released a while ago. Actually, it's a picture of his face, and there's these little, it's a MC Escher-esque sort of poster with these walkways that are, winding in around his head and everything like that. And come to find out today, because it's kind of making rounds online, that poster was generated by AI. So, I just wanted to get your impression about that. Like, for me, I'm just like, all right, I guess I see it now that I look at it. I guess it sort of does look like it's AI generated, but whoever did the refining, like, descriptions or whatever, did a pretty good job of explaining it, because it doesn't look wonky and got like 8 fingers on a fucking hand or any shit like that. But yeah, I mean, I guess generally speaking, I guess I'm not terribly bothered by it, but that's only because I'm not thinking too hard about it. So Lottie, convince me, why should I be mad about this?
Okay, the Loki poster is, okay, I'm trying to see exactly which one. It's the one where
it's just his head, and then like these little pathways or whatever that are kind of winding around his head. And like I said,
I can see. Yeah. I can see that's AI.
Yeah. But so tell me why I should be bothered by this.
And it's one of the things that is just like, man, it is one of the most frustrating things that is happening in today's day and age when it comes to technology. And I hate how it is what is done. Instead of using tech to help people, you're using tech to take away jobs. And it's just like, I don't get it. Like, I hate AI. I hate AI art. And I hate that there are people who are using AI art and pretending that it's their art. And I hate that companies are just now going to just be like, yeah, let's not get an artist to make our posters or anything no more. We'll just shoot it inside of an AI thing and do it for free. And I just hate that this is what's happening. And here's the funny thing about it. The guy who made this shit is not making that much money. No, I mean, and you know what I mean? But I mean, the guy who made the AI engine for this stuff, he's not making money off of this stuff. He's not.
Even worse, like, they're getting sued. Like, I think OpenAI is getting sued right now, because, and this isn't art related, but it's because they train the AI
AI
on
to take people's stuff.
they train it on different artists or different writers or scripts or whatever, to train it to learn how to write a script, how to draw something, how to do whatever. And it's iterative, so they have to keep feeding it information until it sort of knows what it's doing. And the idea here is that that's basically plagiarism. If it's literally just like absorbing all this stuff and then regurgitating something that's similar or along the lines, they're basically using someone else's IP to create more IP without compensating the originator. And so, but in a sense, if the AI that was used to make this poster was basically trained on images that were already copywritten by the people who were, creating the image, it's essentially just doing what it's supposed to. It's taking existing art, yes, but the art is owned by the people who are using it and who are going to get the output. So they're not really doing anything illegal. Are they taking a job? Maybe, maybe not. Who knows what their anticipation was? But I suspect that your problem may be more in the normalization of AI generated art over human generated art, and what sort of slippery slope we may be on that leads to fewer actual humans making art, because AI can make art that's good enough.
Yeah.
So
That is the thing that is very, very annoying about all of this, is that I hate that AI is just taking over. And here's the thing that's making it so aggravating. People don't see how this is bad. Like, I remember I was trying to explain this to somebody about, like, they're like, why do you hate AI art so bad? Because I'm like, bruh, it takes me this many hours to make an animation. They're basically going to start taking jobs of creativity. And here's the thing that's going to happen too, that some people got to understand. AI doesn't have heart. If you think things are already considered stale, like you're thinking like, oh man, these things are getting stale. You think AI is going to make it? You think AI is going to make that any better? Is going to start making things stale. You know what I mean? And it's just that I think that's the thing that people are not realizing, that the more computers start making things, the more it's going to start looking the same. A lot of things are going to start looking the same. Things are going to start sounding the same. It's going to make things boring, and they'll find out. They'll see.
yeah, this is a weird place we're in. Especially because I keep seeing people be like, look what this AI art generator can do. It can make a whole comic. And I'm like, that comic is ass though. Like, it's fucking stupid. Like, good for you. You can make a plagiarized version of Calvin and Hobbes that doesn't make any fucking sense. Good for you, I guess. But my biggest gripe is we just get trash. And like, how many artists does it need to plagiarize before it can make anything competently? And reasonably competently, like without human intervention. And if that's the case, just pay a fucking artist. But if you pay an artist, you don't have to. Now you got to deal with copyright and ownership, and there's all this other stuff, and feeding a person. Who needs to do that when you can pay for electricity? It's bad. It's bad in the sense that it's a tool that's ultimately meant to actually get rid of the tool user. So
Yeah.
I don't know. That's it. It doesn't make anything that's actually better than what a human would make. Who knows? So anyway, we'll let you guys know more about the AI situation and the creation of superhero things and what we think about it. So, Lottie, a real quick bit of just like tabloid gossip. First of all, what the hell's a tabloid? TMZ gossip, whatever. Your favorite and my favorite Wolverine and Deadpool, or at least their alter egos, Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman, were spotted at a concert with Blake Lively, of course, who's married to Ryan Reynolds, and Taylor Swift. And man, the world, they're making such a huge deal out of Taylor. What is going on with Taylor Swift that anyone, I mean, yeah, she's got this big concert series and everything going on. She got all this money, and I get it. She's a big pop star, but I just don't understand why people are so into her right now. Like, what is she doing that anyone even cares to talk about, what she's up to? Like, I mean, it's cool that she's hanging out with stars, but she does that all the time. So what? Lottie, why does anyone care about what Taylor Swift's got going on?
I am so sick of it. I'm like sick and tired of it. Like I'm literally like annoyed because it's like because now I guess there's a rumor that Taylor Swift is dating Travis Kelce, and now every football game, oh, is
Wait,
Taylor Swift going to be there? Is Taylor Swift?
Hold on a minute. Nerds, we're digressing into not nerd stuff. So once you know he's talking about football, this is a thing that people apparently care about. I don't know. Lottie, I thought when you were saying Taylor Swift's doing stuff, I thought you were talking about the rumor she's going to be in Deadpool 3. Is that what's going on? Is Travis Kelce going to be in Deadpool 3 also?
Man, listen, man, at this point, I'm just being honest. I don't give a fuck. I am so sick of all of this. People making TikTok saying how she's the most famous person in world history, and I'm just like, oh,
Hitler,
just like
Hitler says otherwise, but
I mean, she's not even Michael I'm just like, y'all need to. I'm just sick of it. I don't know what happened. Taylor Swift disappeared off the face of the earth after 2017, and now she just shows back up. Like, I'm just like, where's this coming from?
This is how I could tell. Like, we be in our bubbles, because I know she dropped an album. She dropped an album like a year ago. It blew the hell up. Now she's on this big ass tour and is making all this money. Good, which by the way, good for her. I like Taylor Swift.
Yeah, good for her.
Well enough. I'm not like a huge fan, but I like her well enough. And yeah, all that stuff with football, that's great. Sports ball is fun, but what we want to know is, Lottie, could she be in Deadpool 3? Is she going to make a cameo? She does act, and believe it or not, she has directed also, but she does act a little bit. Could we be seeing her in Deadpool 3?
Please no. Just
she could be Dazzler. She could be Dazzler. Someone said Dazzler, I was like, that's actually kind of genius. Like, it would be perfect.
Don't just leave her alone. Just leave her alone. I am so jaded.
Dazzler, no, Taylor Swift as a gender bent Professor X.
I am so jaded with the Taylor Swift stuff. It is like you said, I have nothing against Taylor Swift. I'm just so jaded. I'm just so jaded of all the Taylor Swift stuff that I'm just like at the point that I'm just like, just don't put her in. I'm just sick of hearing about her. Like nothing against you, Taylor Swift. You've done yourself a great job of making money and doing well in this world, but I just need a break. I just need a break.
Oh man, we'll see. You know what? This is just a bit of a rumor based on fuck all, except that she was out with some celebrities that are related to Deadpool 3. But you know what? Maybe it'll happen, and if it does, if we find out something, we will let you guys know. So team, what is it called? What is the little thing they do for Kelsey and Taylor? I can't remember how they put their names together, but either way, team
Trelsey or whatever.
Trelsey. We'll let you guys know. Finally, we're gonna end up with some DC stuff. This is not big news, but it's just a time for us to speculate on some things that James Gunn is saying. Now that the writer's strike is over, he is able to talk more about what's going on with the DC universe and his plans for it and the projects moving forward. So, Lottie, oh happy day, because Peacemaker 2 is back in development. Specifically, for somehow James Gunn's found time in between just helping run a studio and everything. He's actually got to write things, and he said season 2 of Peacemaker is officially being written right now. Lottie, I mean, is there? I mean, we get good news here every now and then, but I mean, this is awesome news. I cannot wait to just hear more about what they're filming and everything. Lottie, how do you feel about this news?
I can't wait to be put in the House of Pain in season 2. That is my favorite scene to talk about in Peacemaker. I'm happy to see that Peacemaker is back in development. I mean, my opinion, I could have just said, where has it been this whole time? But I understand he has a company now to run, so we can't be selfish. We have to let him. And plus, he owed Disney, he owed Mickey his last movie. Yeah, please, James Gunn, please.
Yeah,
He owed him one
I
last.
see Mickey holding on to his ankle while he's walking away.
Please, I'm sorry. I should have never fired you in the first place. Don't leave me for don't leave me for them. What? No.
I think also he couldn't write also because of the writer's strike, so that was
Yeah.
going on too. I just think it's dope. Look, I'm always happy to hear that things are in the works anyway. That that they're really really happening, especially after such a great first season. But speaking, of what James Gunn getting back to work or whatever, he actually was talking about the DCU in general. People ask him on social media like, because we were asking like, is Blue Beetle part of the DCU? So he definitively answered no. It's he said the DCU doesn't officially start until Creature Commandos, which as we know is an animated, sort of like a animated supernatural Suicide Squad. I guess that's a fair way to say it. And that's going to be apparently the very first thing. He said nothing is canon until that one comes out. And he calls it an aperitif, or it's basically a warm up for the true, as he called it, the deep dive into the DC universe in 2025 with Superman Legacy. And so, also in the midst of saying that, he said three people have been confirmed to come back to reprise their roles from the DCEU now in the DC universe. And Lottie, I mean, none of these are surprises. Viola Davis as Amanda Waller, John Cena as Peacemaker, and this one actually is a bit of a surprise, but unless you were paying attention, Xolo Maridueña is going to be reprising the role of Jaime Reyes, aka Blue Beetle. And I also heard a rumor that he said Freddie Stroma is also returning as Vigilante, which only makes sense because season 2 of Peacemaker. So, Lottie, all this good news, all this kind of confirmation of things. What do you think about him like really just kind of laying it down? DCEU is dead, DE dead, DED dead, and also, we are getting some of these characters we liked coming back. And that the Creature Commandos is starting things up instead of Superman Legacy. So what do you think?
It's funny. I'm gonna just say this. It's kind of funny that this would be honest. He kind of moved because remember at one point he said Blue Beetle will be the first movie, and now he's like, and the movie didn't do too well. This is the actual start.
I thought he said that. I thought he said that Blue Beetle would be the first the DCU character. Though, so he's the first character, but the movie not canon. Even though I suspect some parts of it may be taken as canon, so they won't have to have a whole movie with him. So yeah, I mean, he said a lot about what's going on with the DCU after the strike ended. Where is your confidence level on this and about all of the things he said?
I'm confident. I mean, Guardians 3 showed that he still got it, and then course, we all know how good Peacemaker was. I think DC is in a good spot, but I think they're not going to make. I just think because Creature Commandos is supposed to be a animated show
Yeah,
or
it's a
not.
Max. It's a Max original. So yeah, it's just gonna be on TV on streaming.
Okay, so they're doing. Okay, that's right. That's smart because let's just be honest. Right now in the superhero industry, if you're not one of the big names like Batman, Superman, or Spider-Man, or one of the really big names, you're not going, or you're like a IP that has a massive fan base already, you're not going to make any money. So starting off with the Creature Commandos being a Max exclusive, just a streaming show, that's fine. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
You got to get Superman out, man.
Oh yeah.
Superman, you got to get Superman out. Superman has to be out by 2025. It has to be out by 2025. You you don't superhero fatigue is setting in. You don't want people to get superhero amnesia. You know what I
Oh
mean?
man, I hadn't thought about that. About there being so much time that people just like, or they're just moved on.
Yeah.
That would be messed up.
Yeah, because like a lot of like it's to the point that superhero fatigue is sort of set in that some people even have forgotten that certain things are coming out. Like I know Loki's coming out this year. I know people that love Loki season 1 that didn't even know it's coming out this year because the it's like they're not even into it anymore. And it happens. It's sort of like what's happening in the you know going from one nerd thing to the other, the PC gaming market. The PC gaming market has been so fucked over by the graphics cards being so expensive that people are just not caring anymore. Like YouTube channels that used to average millions of views on PC builds are barely able to get over 50K views now because AMD and Nvidia have fucked over the uh the market so much over that people don't care. And here's the thing, AMD and Nvidia, they're thinking like, we'll be fine. They have to buy it eventually. No, they don't. They can buy a PlayStation, guys. They can buy an Xbox. They don't have to buy a PC. And it's the same thing. They don't have to watch Superman. They love the movies out because you're starting to see more genre movies that used to come out before the big superhero boom coming out. You see Creator. You're starting to see movies like that again. You gotta get Superman out.
Yeah, and obviously it's gonna take a couple. The strike didn't help. The strikes didn't help. But yeah, that I mean they've got to, they got to really go hard on that first one. Which I mean I know that they know that. I think James Gunn knows better than anyone that that first one had better be the best one, because otherwise they're sunk. But it's I mean I love that Jaime Reyes is coming back. I mean, obviously Peacemaker, we love to see John Cena come back. I wonder how they're gonna sort of explain everything and how it all works without having to resort to the multiverse or whatever. But I got a lot of confidence in James Gunn, and his artistic vision and where he wants the story to go, and also the fact that they've got comic writers and everything, and they got people who are dedicated to keeping everything straight and all that stuff. So I think we're in good hands with the DCU going forward. So yeah, I just we just wanted to check up with Gunn and see what he's got going on. And so it's I think it looks like it's going to be a good start. And James Gunn is he's in the basement cooking up something good. So, but we'll let you guys know more when we hear more news, hopefully in the next few months. So all right, Lottie, that's it for our news for this week. It's it was packed. It felt packed, and I think we got a lot of stuff covered. But maybe we missed something, or maybe you guys agreed, disagreed, or just you had something nice to say. Whatever the case may be, get down to the comment section and leave your thoughts there. And of course, you can always hit us up, supernotfunnyshow@gmail.com or at supernotfunnys1 on Twitter. And while you're down there, do us a favor, hit like on this video, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell. All of that good stuff helps to grow this channel, helps more people to see this podcast and the reviews, everything else on our channel. Helps us with the algorithm. And you can always hit us up if you want on the podcasting platforms with a 5-star review. That'd be dope. It'd be really cool if you did that. And check us out also on Instagram and on Threads. We're all over the place, even TikTok if I ever figure out how to work that dang app. So just go and show us some love there. That'd be cool. And of course, I can't do this by myself. My good friend Lottie, he gives all the insight and rants against AI, which we may need before Skynet comes around too long. So Lottie, where can they reach you on social media?
Oh yeah, you can always find me on my YouTube channel and my Instagram. It's Anukinihun. It's ANUKINIHUN. Again, it's ANUKINIHUN. I'm back to making animations again, so you guys look out for my next animation. It's actually going to be very good. Probably one of the best animations I've made in a while. And then two, I'm going to be playing horror games on my YouTube channel. So if you want to poop your pants like I am going to be doing, just stop by and watch the stream.
Nice. Which, as you said, poop your pants. It's too bad we don't have like a sponsor for like the pins or whatever. That'd have been good. That'd have been a good tie-in. So anyway, you guys go check out Lottie's channel. Show some love, and do us a favor. Go and check out the various videos on our channel. I want to plug something. I did a almost 2-hour long form discussion with. Yes, I know this isn't a nerd thing, but I liked other TV besides nerdy stuff and superhero stuff. Did a long form discussion with the channel with Maggie from Maggie J Reviews, talking about Reservation Dogs, which is a really good show. Had 3 seasons, just finished its final season, and just talking about how good the show is and the impact and all that good stuff. It was a good fun time, and I really enjoyed it. So do me a solid, go check that out. So anyway, next week we are going to talk about Loki season 2. It's all about Loki. Maybe talk about Gen V a little bit and the other news and superhero things in Hollywood. So until then, I have been Mo, your commentator extraordinaire on all things pop culture, joined by the anime expert, video game designer, and lover of all things superhero, my good friend Lottie. And we'll see you guys on the other side of the thread. Peace.
Peace.